Nicola Sturgeon hopes to keep Scotland in the EU by calling a second independence referendum, but according to the former European Commission's official representative in the UK, an independent Scotland would start life outside the bloc and be forced to join the queue for membership. Britain left the European Union on January 31, but not everyone in the UK has given up on EU membership. Despite Prime Minister Boris Johnson repeatedly rejecting her independence calls, Scottish First Minister Nicola Sturgeon is still determined to hold a second referendum this year. The SNP leader believes Scots are being dragged out of the bloc against their will. However, while Brexit might have made the case for Scottish independence stronger, it has also made it practically more difficult. An independent Scotland would now border a non-EU country, likely requiring infrastructure and border checks between regions whose communities are deeply intertwined, similar to the problem of the Irish border that severely complicated Brexit talks. Scotland could also be rejected by Brussels due to its current deficit of 7% of GDP, unless it adopted a strict austerity programme from the EU as well as potentially adopting the euro. Moreover, new members can only be allowed into the bloc through a unanimous vote from the existing member states, and Holyrood would undoubtedly ruffle feathers if it were to join. According to a throwback report by The Telegraph, in 2017, the former European Commission's official representative in the UK, Jacqueline Miner, reiterated all the difficulties an independent Scotland would have to face in order to join the EU. She said there were several countries waiting to become member states, including Montenegro and Serbia, and an independent Scotland would join that list. This would mean Scotland being outside both the UK and EU for an indeterminate period. Ms. Miner also noted that a separate Scotland would have to commit in principle to joining the euro to get membership and show how it intended to bring down its huge deficit, which is even larger than Greece's.